Hello and welcome everyone. Today we're going to open the Pandora's box of influencer marketing and its unspoken secrets. Far from the seductive filters and dream partnerships, there's a darker reality lurking out there: scams. These lures, often hidden beneath layers of glamour, threaten to undermine the trust placed in the personalities who populate our news feeds. These expertly crafted digital mirages actually tap into our deepest aspirations and desires to better captivate us. They promise success, influence and wealth with disconcerting ease, while concealing the risks and consequences. But what's really behind these tantalizing promises? Let's find out. In the next few minutes, get ready for an edifying journey behind the scenes of this world where all that glitters is not gold. One by one, we're going to unfold the pages of a story that is rarely told, yet is essential to know for anyone navigating the vast digital ocean. So stay with us as we bring these hidden truths to light, and learn to read between the lines. And discover what goes on behind the scenes of the fascinating world of influencer marketing. And if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss our upcoming video. Imagine a world where a simple click can generate fortunes. Welcome to the arena by Alex Hormozi, Ali Abdaal, Yomi Denzel and Iman Gadzhi. These influencer marketing maestros don't just share their daily lives in pictures, they orchestrate real economic masterstrokes. Every time their finger touches the publish button, a wave of transactions begins, catapulting their earnings well beyond the average income. For them, social networks are not just shop windows, but profit machines powered by the unfailing loyalty of millions of followers. However, there is a darker side to this digital coin. On TikTok, the impact and reach of these personalities is so vast that it has given rise to a dubious practice: impersonation. Manipulated videos are circulating, created by individuals hiding behind anonymity, using technologies like Hey People to mimic these success figures. These digital forgeries are then deployed to dupe viewers, luring them with promises of quick riches, while capitalizing on a reputation that is not their own. In this digital ecosystem, where the line between the real and the imitation is becoming increasingly blurred, identity theft is just one facet of the problem. Beyond these false pretenses, another reality is emerging. Less high-profile influencers are also adopting questionable methods to capitalize on their audience, often operating in the shadow of their more illustrious colleagues. These lesser-known but no less ambitious individuals sometimes exploit the enthusiasm and trust of their followers. They put in place strategies that venture to the frontiers of ethics, or even cross them, luring their audience towards glittering offers and promises of quick riches. Faced with this stark contrast between models of virtue and calculators of opportunity, it is essential to examine the tactics used by some to turn their influence into a profit-making machine. And that's what we're going to explore, by deciphering the workings of the scams that sometimes hide behind a simple hashtag. These days, many influencers employ deceptive maneuvers designed to seduce and trap internet users in search of success or miracle solutions. These methods, cleverly disguised under the veneer of accessibility and instant success, have no other aim than to take advantage of the naivety of their audience. Take the example of the free webinars that abound on the internet. These sessions, which promise education and enrichment at no cost, are often the prelude to much more expensive offerings. This ingenious mechanism begs the question of how, in the space of a short presentation, you can win over your audience. In the space of a short presentation, one can find oneself seriously considering a major outlay to acquire what is claimed to be a miraculous solution. The secret lies in creating a sense of urgency, a highly effective tactic that spurs people into action by suggesting that a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity is at hand. The idea that such an opportunity could evaporate at any moment short-circuits careful thought, prompting a hasty decision. At the same time, the value of the product is magnified by a series of testimonials and success stories that seem to authenticate the salesperson's promises. These success stories are designed to convince people that the potential benefits amply justify the investment required. The notion of exclusivity also plays a key role in this ballet of persuasion. The offer is adorned with the aura of uniqueness and novelty, stimulating the desire to belong to a privileged circle and benefit from advantages reserved for an elite. To top it all off, social proof is added to the persuasive mix. Sales figures, statistics and the number of previous buyers are displayed to reinforce the idea that the choice to buy is not only common, but also judicious. So you don't hesitate to take the plunge, because in the end, the influencer with his ultra-friendly and sincere air has convinced you that all you need to succeed is his top-of-the-range product. The price, often in excess of $1,000, then seems derisory compared to the promise of quick and easy riches. This phenomenon is exacerbated by the appearance of the famous miracle courses, which, for a considerable sum, promise to reveal the secrets of getting rich quick. Worse still, they can encourage unethical or downright illegal practices, masking the true nature behind testimonials and presentations brilliantly orchestrated to seduce and convince listeners of the possibility of achieving financial independence. And once you have the training in your hands, you are often very disappointed, because the content of this training could have been obtained free of charge if you had made the effort to wander around YouTube a little more. The real advantage lies in the support group that the influencer normally makes available. But is it worth the price? You be the judge. In any case, we at Frikipedia are aware of these dubious practices and have decided to offer a more accessible alternative. The result is Studier.com, a platform designed to democratize access to education and training. At Studier.com, knowledge doesn't cost a fortune. Training courses are available at the affordable price of $20. This calls into question the high prices often charged for online education. As for those who wish to sell and share their expertise on our platform, they can do so free of charge, and therefore without having to invest in high initial costs. What's more, our aim is to make knowledge sharing transparent and affordable, enabling anyone to buy or sell training courses with no hidden costs, at prices that reflect the true value of the expertise shared. In contrast, these accessible and honest offers highlight the exorbitant prices charged by some influencers for content that is often comparable. But this is perfectly legal. Influencers who have established a solid reputation and demonstrated their expertise have the freedom to set the price they want for their services. However, this is an individual responsibility. It's up to each and every one of us to exercise due diligence before investing large sums of money in programs that sometimes don't guarantee results. Now let's talk about beauty influencers. This particularly lucrative sphere is not immune to dubious practices. One common strategy is to form partnerships with brands. In these cases, it is not uncommon for influencers to extol the virtues of products that they themselves do not use regularly. The staging is carefully orchestrated, projecting an illusion of perfection that may lead their audience to buy items whose actual effects do not match the expectations raised. One notorious case that has shaken up the influencer world is that of Australian beauty influencer Belle Gibson. She faced major backlash after claiming to have cured her cancer using natural methods, all the while promoting her app and recipe book. In 2015, it was revealed that not only had she never had cancer, she had also duped her community. The incident subsequently sparked a global debate about ethics in influencer marketing and served as an example of the repercussions that false claims and unsubstantiated promotions can have. What's more, there are many other strategies that some influencers use. These include manipulated competitions, where the winner is often an accomplice, used to maintain the illusion of generosity and success. This encourages participants to invest again and again in the products or services being promoted. And let's not forget hijacked affiliate programs, where influencers promise large winnings for little effort. Some of these programs encourage participants to invest a substantial initial sum in exchange for trading advice or other services. What participants don't always realize is that the influencer may receive a significant portion of this initial deposit, and potentially commissions on subsequent activities, often under conditions unfavorable to the investor. In some cases, these practices can be reminiscent of a Ponzi scheme, where the profits of the first investors are paid for by the contributions of newcomers, creating an unsustainable model that results in losses for the majority of participants when the system inevitably collapses. All these practices, and many more, are just the tip of the iceberg, however, and their impact extends far beyond the digital sphere. Unfortunately, they have a real impact on our real lives. They are shaping a culture where mistrust is becoming the norm, and where the distinction between what is true and what is false is becoming increasingly difficult for the average user to make. So the spread of these deceptive practices is forging an atmosphere where discernment becomes crucial, putting internet users on a constant state of alert. And it's with this in mind that the figure of Coffeezilla has emerged, a digital detective who takes on the role of guardian of the truth in the often obscure world of influencer marketing. Armed with analytical rigor and a critical mind, Coffeezilla is tackling the Herculean task of demystifying online scams. He takes a close look at the fabulous offers, dismantling them piece by piece, exposing the deceptions and dishonest intentions behind them. His investigations have also led him to uncover scandalous scams in the cryptocurrency sector, where fraudsters orchestrated devastating pump and dumps, leaving ruined and disillusioned investors in their wake. But Coffeezilla didn't stop there. It has also taken on board the empty promises of online mentoring and masterclasses, often sold at a premium, revealing the absence of genuinely useful or innovative content behind the seductive veil of marketing. Even today, he continues to highlight not only the scams, but also the need for consumers to remain vigilant and educated in the face of the many and sometimes misleading facets of influencer marketing. However, despite the revelations and warnings, there are still a considerable number of people seduced by the prospect of getting rich quick. And the reason? Well, it's often down to a complex mix of personal aspirations and external influences. People are naturally inclined to look for ways to improve their situation with the minimum of effort. This tendency is exacerbated by the fascinating stories of instant success that abound on social networks. These captivating stories form a striking contrast with the often monotonous reality of everyday work. And they offer an escape, a promise that wealth can be achieved quickly and painlessly, yet it is precisely this belief that is exploited by those who market dubious get-rich-quick schemes. They know how to play on the desire for immediate success, on that little voice that suggests that perhaps things will be different for us. These strategies also exploit our tendency to overestimate our chances of success and minimize the risks and effort involved. To counter these illusions, it is essential to develop a keen understanding of financial realities. Lasting and legitimate wealth is generally the result of a gradual process, involving judicious investment and hard work. It's a path that requires patience and discipline, but it's the only truly viable way to achieve financial security and, ultimately, economic freedom. In conclusion, influencer marketing and the strategies employed by influencers can have a considerable impact on our behavior as consumers. Behind the free webinars and engaging content often lie sophisticated sales techniques designed to turn interest into purchase, sometimes to the detriment of our informed judgment. It is therefore crucial to remain vigilant and critical of the methods used to influence our purchasing decisions. We must learn to distinguish the real value of a product from marketing strategies that play on our emotions and cognitive biases. By becoming aware of these tactics, we can better guard against rash buying impulses and choose products that truly correspond to our needs and values. Remember that behind every post, video or webinar there is an intention, and that intention is not always aligned with your interests. As informed consumers, it's our responsibility to stay informed, ask critical questions and not blindly succumb to the persuasive power of influencers. In this way, we can benefit from the positive aspects of influencer marketing while avoiding its potential pitfalls. So, have you already fallen for one of these techniques? Tell us about it in the comments.